Everyone recharge. Have a great weekend. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Yep. A lot of recharging this weekend. I took it very easy. I've been working, and well, that gets me to my first point of the video today, or of the event today, however you want to call it. For my model, I will be releasing it in the coming week. So it will be Friday to Monday. I am planning on doing a live event here in the Discord when the video will premiere so that we can have a little watch party and I can answer questions at the same time. Would that be something of interest to you guys? How would you guys feel if that's how I presented it? Awesome. So it will probably be on Monday market close. It's gonna depend. I want it to have the most traction possible, and I don't know about you guys, but a lot more people are on their computer Monday after market closed compared to Friday after market close where everyone's off. So that will be the timeline. It will be ready, and we'll be doing a little watch party where I'll be answering questions here in Discord. I'll make a full complete announcement after this specific outlook. Sounds good? All right, I'll take that as a yes. But on that note, enough talking. Let's get straight into charts. This week, second week of the month of April, at least for the monthly candle, we are going to be well, it's going to be a little all over the place, all right? That's at least my opinion. I think that with the news that we have, which by the way, let's go look at that very quickly. We have two trading days this week. We have Thursday with unemployment claims and 30-year bond auction in the afternoon. So we have Thursday afternoon and Friday as trading. So it's a pretty slow week to where you'll get the chance to see the whole week. Matt, don't. Sorry, I just saw Matt's message. Don't say bullshit like that. Some people will believe you. But yes, we're gonna have a very slow start to the week with 3 no trading days, at least for the people who are trading my model with the conservative approach, which don't worry, my video will cover both approaches. So Matt, you'll finally be able to have the rules for both ways of trading. So I think you'll appreciate that a lot. But enough talking about my model. So we have 2 trading days, Thursday afternoon, Friday afternoon, so Friday morning, sorry. So I'll be also doing a midweek analysis. I'm gonna throw the event up after this weekly outlook in the announcement, so just make sure to look at that after the video. But if we're looking at the start of the week, I want to start us on DXY because on weeks where price action is unsure, which in my opinion, let me just clear the drawings out here. Looking at these charts for me, that is unclear price action, all right? Because we just displaced higher, but this, as I said in the Friday price action review, this area, which is not drawn specifically in any type of way, is not very clean to my liking. There are a lot of gaps, opening gaps that are overlapping. That to me is a strong draw for price just in general. So I'll have to see how it reacts, but I still don't think, sorry, that this inefficiency will hold. It doesn't look very clean for us to start going down, but that's going to be my main objective, seeing as when I look at DXY, what I'm seeing is we have retested after inverting this monthly inefficiency. So right here we have a balanced price range, which price trades back into and now goes back to. That is telling you you're bullish. Why? Because you're disrespecting an area we did not have to revisit at all before going lower. So if we're going back there, then that means that there is a higher objective. And looking at this, I see this fair value gap, which is inverted. So I guess I'm going to just put, oh, I can't put it on a daily chart. Let me just put that gray real quick. So this inverted fair value gap pushing price higher with now an immediate rebalance of the last 2 months ago, the high. And if we dive deeper into the weekly chart, we are currently within a weekly fair value gap, we dug very deep inside of it, actually just barely closed below it, but I'm trying to concentrate on this order block right here. So retesting this bullish order block, let me just try it out for you guys. Retesting this bullish order block with the monthly immediate rebalance, and if you look at the current range, we have been trading it in for a while now. Let me just reverse this. It's the range from October 2023 to the low that we made in December. We're currently in a premium inefficiency right here. So just retesting this inverted fair value gap, and we have, as you can see, retested after inverting it right to CE. So that to me is very clean price action, and I am going to be anticipating higher prices. Now again, with the week that we have, with only high impact news coming at the end of the week, I'm probably going to be expecting something like a Wednesday reversal. So if I want to see DXY go higher, I first need to see it go lower. And if we translate that to NASDAQ and ES, I first need to see NASDAQ and ES go higher to then go lower. Which makes sense, correct? Well, I hope it does. And what we have here is we have the same monthly immediate rebalance. But what I'm looking at very specifically is how on ES we have not inverted this fair value gap. All right, so I can see ES dig back into this order block, which I would call an order block candidate. I heard that term from some guy I recently been getting into. And it's not an order block until it is respected. So I'm going to be looking at this candle as an order block candidate to see where it pushes. And if I dive down to a weekly chart, I want to see this fair value gap or this order block respected on NASDAQ specifically. When I'm looking at ES, what do you see? There's no inefficiencies once we get down to a weekly chart, right? Everything's super tight. You have a tiny fair value gap right here, which I am willing to disregard since it's a premium bearish inefficiency. So I'm looking for price to push lower, but I'm anticipating that there will be some sort of midweek reversal. So if I'm looking for lower prices on the indices, then I'm going to be looking for higher prices at the start of the week. So that's the main goal. But as I said, I'm going to be doing a midweek analysis for sure, because this can change a lot. I'm not going to get into all the possible outcomes right now because there are multiple different. But right now what I'm seeing is that I want to see a continuation lower to at least go target this low, but more specifically this gap. My draw is this daily volume imbalance. I don't like this area at all. I don't think we can bottom with this weird gapping everywhere. I'm going to be honest, weird is the best description I got. I don't like it. But I have to stay open to the fact that we do have a lot of low resistance liquidity above. So if we break above this inefficiency, more specifically, if we don't show instant respect of this bearish order block, I'm going to be looking for a continuation higher, for sure. So that's what I'm saying when I say there are a lot of possible outcomes this week. So I'm going to be on the lookout. But as I said, don't worry, I'm going to post the event right after this call. We're going to be doing a midweek analysis as well, coming Wednesday night. So before we have any type of high impact news, best case scenario, consolidation. Oh, that's not what I was trying to do. Best case scenario for this week, I'd like to see a consolidation retracement lower, possibly a first expansion higher for continuation lower. But we don't even have to do that first expansion higher, because as you can see, the high we put up right here is in our premium inefficiency. We have reached all of our needed objectives. And if you want to use any sort of confluence, I've been utilizing the standard deviations from this specific breaker for the past 2 weeks. And as you can see right here, have not reached the reversal range. If we utilize the bodies, we do. But when utilizing the bodies for standard deviations, and if you're not familiar with this, head back to my thread on Twitter. I'm going to pin it somewhere. If you need it, just ask me in chat right now. And I'm going to pin it somewhere. We do not use standard deviations on the bodies to find reversal areas. We use them for specifically objectives. And if you want to know why, well, just go study the document I made. There's a bunch of data talking about it. But what I'm seeing right now is that we're incomplete. But after such low resistance liquidity run, you expect a high resistance retracement, which is what we have gotten. But this last move up was out of the ordinary for me. As I said, I did not expect this on that specific week, but we'll be seeing moving forward. So not much to say except that I'm seeing a bullish dollar. I'd like to see dollar go higher, which means I'm going to expect indices to be pushed lower. All right. So on that note, there's nothing much more I can add other than we'll talk more in depth once we have more insight coming into Wednesday. Since at least for the conservative traders of my model, there is no trading when there is no high impact news. So we will not be trading before Thursday. Do you guys have any questions at all? I'm not seeing anything. I'm guessing it was pretty clear, or are you guys scared to ask? Looking in chat right now. All right, all clear. Awesome. So I know it's not the clearest outlook. I do have a plan of what I'd like to see, but we're gonna have more insight once we see exactly once we see the midweek update. So midweek analysis will be way clearer because if I see that price just starts expanded higher, it's not respecting this order block, then I'm gonna expect the first news. So for example, Thursday to be a retracement in our range, and then trade the continuation higher. So because there's multiple possible outcomes and I'm not trading before Wednesday, why not wait for more information before making an active prediction on where it's going to be, right? Yeah, for sure, Emil, you're right. And with this is consolidation. This is high resistance, right? Were there opportunities in there? 100%. But when you see higher time frame consolidation and just in general high resistance conditions, you're not gonna have those clear moves. You're gonna catch those moves where it would usually be a scalping trade and it ends up running 600 handles, which goes crazy sometimes, right? But you're not gonna see the best, clearest opportunities because if we were truly very bearish, we would have stopped right here. So on this candle and then this one, we would have kept going down, right? But we had a higher objective. And to me, that higher objective has to be this fair value gap. But this is still not the best conditions because I was not even expecting us to retrace to that level. And if we look at the divergence between candles, you can see a lot of it. We're more volatile here. And if we look at this fair value gap specifically, we can see it's inverted when we barely traded into it on Nasdaq. It's inverted on NQ, and we are going to have a chance to trade back into it. So again, it's going to be very different. And actually, just before we end that very quickly, what does our new week opening gap look like? Doesn't seem too wide. I go always intra-week time frame, my 1 hour chart. Let's look at that new week opening gap. Let's just remove the drawings for now. We gapped up and are trading into it. This could be a Monday range setup, which I'm not going to talk in depth about. It's not a concept of mine, so I'm not going to go into it. But new week opening gap is not especially large. I'm still going to be looking for higher prices, event horizon being down. If you guys are familiar with the concepts, I'm not going to talk about it because it is not concepts I think people should trade with. They are definitely more advanced and you don't get as much upside from it, but definitely those new weeks, so no new week opening gaps higher definitely look pretty decent. But we did mitigate, as you can see, we did mitigate, trade back into this mitigation block. This was from last week, correct? 10th of April. Okay, 3 weeks ago. So yeah, as I said, unclear price action at the moment. So we'll see with the midweek analysis to gain more insight. But on that note, I'm going to give you guys a little chance in case you have any final questions, regards, suggestions, insight, whatever you wish to say. I'm not seeing anyone typing, so I'm guessing it was all clear. So on that note, guys, I wish you all a great night. Great trading for the people that are going to be trading before Wednesday. But as for myself, I'm going to keep grinding out that Rise model video, and we'll see each other on Wednesday for midweek analysis. Please do take the time to go react to the announcement. It helps a lot more than you think. It shows the activity of the Discord to the newcomers. So I'm gonna post an announcement in a second announcing the new event and all of that. So please do take the time to go react to that announcement. I appreciate it a lot. But on that note, we'll see each other on Wednesday. You guys have a great rest of your night.